on my YouTube channel. Okay, beta. So these are the revision notes which will be available on my YouTube channel. Once the video has been uploaded, it will be available on my YouTube channel as well. So let us start with first is the money needed. That is the meaning of working capital. Just a second, beta. I have a call. Second. Information. Now we are starting with the business arithmetic, and that is a chapter which is a 5-mark chapter. Now, as per my observation in this, particularly 5 marks, 3-mark question can be of ROI and ROE, and a 2-mark question will be of your EOQ, that is economic order quantity. And they have also given working capital. So working capital can also arise, that will be seen in that. So I'm just taking one point. First, money needed for day-to-day business, that is the definition of what? That is the definition of working capital. So money needed for funding, that is for day-to-day operation, that is working capital. Second, operating cycle is what, beta? Again, a very important question. Operating cycle is that cycle which is also known as cash conversion cycle. Short form yaad rakhna beta, many a times it is also been shown like CCC. So cash conversion cycle is also being taken, and it is the length of time which is between the firm's purchase inventory and the receipt of cash from the accounts receivable. Okay, suppose say for the example, if I am going for a trading purpose, suppose I am going for a trading purpose, in that case, in trading, suppose I am first purchasing the goods, and after purchasing the goods, I am converting them, suppose I am directly selling them. So in that between the gap, suppose purchase of goods, they are debtors, and then I am receiving the cash. So बेटा वो जो time period है बीच का, वो हमारे लिए क्या बन जाएगा? वो बन जाएगा हमारा operating cycle. Now formulas पे आ जाएं. So बेटा gross working capital. What is gross working capital? Gross working capital formula is the total sum of all current assets. As you can see, beta, the total sum of current assets, that is the gross working capital. अब इसका एक question भी करेंगे. We will see that what is gross working capital. Okay, I see can participants have raised hand. Any particular doubt? Okay, just I'm stopping the recording and then I am discussing the doubt on that. Just a second, beta. On that, if I am focusing on current assets only, that will be my gross working capital. But if I am focusing on current asset minus current liabilities, that will be my net working capital. चलो एक क्वेश्चन समझा दूंगा तो आपको इजी हो जाएगा that what is gross working and what is net working. I'm just focusing on one of the question. So this is one of the practice questions. You can see this will be shared to everyone on my YouTube channel. You can search by Kapil Goplani. The overall recording will be also be shared, but it will be shared tomorrow evening because I have another session also. So after all the sessions will be combined and the PDF will be available in the description via link. Okay. Now, Janta Foods Private Limited is situated in a national highway near Hyderabad. They have given the following information. First, they have given the stock of raw material. Okay. They have given short-term loans, trade creditors, trade debtors, dividend payable, tax payable, and then short-term investments. Now, if I want to calculate the gross working capital, beta, so only current assets has to be taken. What are the current assets? Here, current assets, first of all, the stock of raw material is there. So I will take the current assets is 1,50,000. Then short-term loans are not my current assets. Short-term loans are my current liability. Then trade creditors are also my current liability. Trade debtors are my current assets. So I will take trade debtors as my another figure of that. And after that, trade debtors is that 2,28,000, that is short-term investment. So adding all this, हमको answer क्या मिलेगा बेटा? We will be getting the gross working capital. Gross working capital simple formula is total of all current assets. Simple formula beta, it is total of all current assets. Okay, simple. Now coming on to the next, that is the net working capital formula. What is net working capital formula? It is current assets minus current liabilities, or gross working capital minus current liabilities. So my gross working capital was how much? It was 6,03,000. Now from 6,03,000, I am deducting what? I am deducting the overall current liabilities. What are my current liabilities, students? My current liabilities are, just a second, I am just annotating and it will be easy for everyone to just see that. Just a second, Peter. Other persons also, they are entering. Okay, Peter. Now see, current assets and current liabilities were how much? Current liabilities here was 1 lakh, this is your short-term loans was my current liability, 96,000 was my current liability, and dividend payable was my current liability as well as tax payable. So we will deduct all these figures from whom? We will deduct all these figures from there, and we will get an answer that is net working capital is 42,000. So it is a very basic question. It can be asked in a 2 mark. The pattern of board, I will at the end of the session, I will be showing you sample paper of board also. That will be also there in the notes. Okay. Now, moving on to EOQ, a very important question. This can definitely come because this has been asked in the sample paper also. Okay, I have some participants who have raised hands. Just a second. EOQ, very important question as that has been asked in the board also. So inventory, that is inventory required directly or indirectly to make sale for also getting the final product. Inventory control system is designed, and EOQ is what, beta? EOQ is that is having minimum total inventory cost of management. That's why it is known as economic order quantity. After that, beta, we have mentioned here that carrying cost refers to total cost of holding inventory. This includes warehousing and other things. Now, coming directly towards the formula, which has been given in your NCERT, it is 2PD upon C. Now, what is P, beta? P is the ordering cost. This was being taken in your practical examination. If you remember, everybody have given the practical exam of V-ship, and this has been taken under practical exam as well. D is the annual demand, and C is the holding cost, or it is known as the carrying cost. Now, practicals, we will be discussing that also. Before going on ROI, I am showing some of the questions of your particularly moving on to this. Okay. Now, I will be showing some of the questions of EOQ first, beta, and then we will move on. Okay. Am I audible still? Just raise your hand so that I can justify. Yes, I'm audible. Okay. 5 participants have agreed. Yes. Now, one practice question in front of you, beta. Definitely EOQ is there because sample paper mein EOQ question aa chuka hai. So, as per my observation, in the upcoming examination, EOQ question will also be there. So, a simple question here is, Enterprise started its shirt business, and they were selling ready-made shirt, which is around 1,200 shirts at a rate of 500 each. His cost of placing an order and receiving the shirt, is 1,000. If the EOQ is 200, see, it is a reversal question. Here, EOQ is already given. Now, you have to find out what? Inventory holding cost, or it is also known as the carrying cost. What I have to identify, beta? I have to find out the carrying cost, which is to be given. So, how I will solve this? Just understand. Here, it is already been given that P is equals to overall, it is EOQ which has been given. So, 200 I have given this. Now, P, annual demand is given, as well as ordering placing cost, that is P is also given, that is 1,000. So I will straight away divide it by C, which has to be calculated. Now, what is the simple criteria? Just square out every day. So here it will be what? 200 square multiplied by 2 into overall it is 12 lakh. So ultimately, by solving, your final answer will be rupees 60. So such questions are known as the reversal questions. What are known as? These are the reversal questions where EOQ is not asked. EOQ is already given, and other things are asked, that is suppose carrying cost is asked, or either holding cost is asked. That is also a reversal question in that case. Okay, now moving on to other question, beta. Another question of EOQ, and this was a very good question. Many of you have not seen. This was a board question, and it is a very important question. Now see that. Pankaj, an entrepreneur who started a particular new website, and he was selling LED bulbs. What was he selling? He was selling LED bulbs. He sold 2400 bulbs at a rate of 100 each. His cost of placing an order and receiving the bulbs is 500 per order. If the EOQ is 200, again here EOQ is given. Now you have to find out inventory holding cost per year. Now this is a particular question which has to be understood very carefully. Now, what is the carrying cost? See, here if you can see, it is given rupees 100. You can see he sold 200 at the rate of 100. So we always divide it by 2 so as to get the average. This is to be done. Average is to be taken of 2400 divided by 2. That will be 1200 multiplied by 100. So this is my overall carrying cost, means the rent of the storage, that is 1,20,000. And coming on to the ordering cost, we have seen the EOQ was 200. So how many orders I will receive? Total EOQ divided by orders, that is total quantity divided by EOQ. So number of orders will be how much? It is 2400 divided by 200. So number of orders will be how much? With the number of orders will be 12. So 12 multiplied by 500, this will give you total ordering cost as 6,000. So ultimately, carrying cost is 1,20,000 and the ordering cost is 6,000. So my overall cost is 1,26,000. This was asked in CPSE around 2010. So if any doubt in this question, I'm just putting a stop on recording and you can ask just a second. So I will be going on. You can lower your hands, beta. Now I am moving on with the ROI and ROE question. See, ROI and ROE questions are also very easy, but the formula you should understand. When I'm talking about ROI, so net profit will be there or net income will be there above for all. It is not accountancy formula, beta. So you have to focus. Net profit will be numerator will be same. Either it is net profit after particularly profit and taxes, after overall interest and tax. It will be net profit after interest and tax. And when we will divide, it will be total capital investment done, and it will be equity plus debt. So here I am focusing on that, equity plus debt. Now we will be focusing on one question in that. Let us see. Okay. Now see one of the question, and this is the ROI and ROE question. Okay. Now, from the following information, calculate return on equity. Again, formula, return on equity formula is what? Net income divided by equity. Now, net profit they have given it is 1,40,000. Also state in return of, again question, also state what is the return on rupee per lakh of equity. Now, beta, here 10% loan is also given. Now, they are given net profit before interest. So, what will be the interest? It will be 2 lakh multiplied by 10%. You can straight away see there. So your interest amount will be how much, beta? Interest amount will be 20,000. So here it has been done. So my net profit was 1,40,000. After that, I have deducted the interest. So overall ROI will be how much? It would be 1,20,000 divided by equity only. See, only equity. Loan was 2 lakh. Capital was 6 lakh. So ultimately equity. See, capital formula is what? It is debt plus equity. So if I have taken 2 lakh loan, so ultimately 4 lakh will be what? 4 lakh will be equity as 6 lakh is capital. So overall it will be equity, that will be 1,20,000 divided by 4 lakh multiplied by 100. So my ROE here will be 30%. Now question does not end here. You have to focus better. The question has also asked, also state the return on rupees 1 lakh as a equity. Now if I am investing 1 lakh as a equity, how much return I will get? So here it is given that for 1 rupee it is 30 paisa. So ultimately for 1 lakh it will be 0.30 multiplied by 1 lakh, and your final answer will be 30,000. Okay. Now another question of ROI and ROE, and then this unit will complete it, and then I will switch to marketing. Now Harsha started a herbal beauty product in Chandigarh with a capital of 79 lakh. Okay. She took a loan of 5 lakh. Just a second, maybe figures now. No, capital is 9 lakh. It is not 79 lakh, it is 9 lakh. Because I have seen that question before also. So here it is not 79 lakh, it is 9 lakh. It has been given. Okay. There was a misprint on that. I will be correcting. So here she took a loan of 5 lakh from State Bank, Bank of India at a 9% interest. During the year, it has been given that the sales are 20 lakh 90,000. COGS is 15 lakh 30,000. She paid a monthly rent of 11,000 and a monthly salary of 25,000. So why this information is given? So that I can prepare a income statement. Many a times, what happens? Income statement has to be prepared and it has to be guided. So income statement is being prepared here, first of all, with the help of given information. First, they have asked what is the equity amount. Equity amount is 4 lakh. Loan is 5 lakh. So total capital is 9 lakh. Now we will be starting our income statement. Now बेटा एक बार आप income statement समझ जाओगे तो आपको दिक्कत कभी नहीं आएगी. First and foremost, the income statement starts with sales. I am starting my income statement with the sales. Then I will deduct what? The less COGS. How much? That is 15 lakh 30. So my gross profit will be 5 lakh 60,000. Now coming on to fixed expenses. Please make sure when you are making an income statement, it should be on annual basis. Because this is not a, many a times it has not been given in NCERT. Always you have to make the income statement, students. Kindly note that. Always you have to make the income statement on annual basis. After that, getting the gross margin, see the fixed. See, salary was given monthly, so I have multiplied it by 12 so that I can get the annual salary. Rent was given 11,000. I have multiplied it by 12 so that I can get the annual rent. Then interest was given 5 lakh and 9% was the rate of interest, so interest has been taken. So these were my fixed expenses. After deducting fixed expenses, my total profit before tax is 83. Now they have given the tax rate that was 30%. Deducting that tax rate, I am getting 58,100 as per profit after tax. And beta wahi lena hai. Okay, I have to take it overall that. Okay, net profit after tax will be 100 upon equity into multiply 100. So it will be net profit after tax equity multiplied by 100. It will be 58 100 divided by 4 lakh multiplied by 100. So it will be 14,525. Okay. So just a second. Now, second question. Aditi started a beauty parlor. She spent 30 lakhs to open and she invested 14 lakhs of her own money. So remaining money would be what? Equity. That will be 16 lakhs. Now she borrowed a loan. 14 lakh was own money. That was equity. 16 lakh was being taken by whom? 16 lakh was being taken as a loan. Okay. So interest rate is 14%. That has been given. So as to calculate the overall interest amount. Sales revenue again. Sales revenue is given per month. COGS is also given per month. Fixed expenses are also given per month. So what we have to do is we have to convert everything first multiplied by 12. Okay. Why? Because I told you whenever you are making income statement, it has to be on annual basis. It does not be on a basis of monthly. So first sales revenue is 1,60,000 multiplied by 12. Then COGS was 60,000 multiplied by 12. So gross margin was 12 lakh. After that, fixed expenses, salary and other expenses. See, in that case, if they are not given on monthly basis, you have to convert them into overall. If they are given it for the monthly basis, so you have to multiply it by 12. If they are not multiplied, so there is a mistake on that, and that should be corrected. Okay. After that, the overall reduction is profit after tax, which will be 7,53,100. Divide it by, if I'm going for ROI, it will be divided by 30 lakh. Why? Because overall capital was 30 lakh, and ultimately overall here the answer will be 25.0. Okay, just a second. Maybe that in this solution it is to be corrected. Fixed expenses are taken monthly. Okay, one correction in this solution. These are taken monthly. You have this was being taken from Oswald book, so that's why it has to be corrected. So make sure that you have to take your expenses annually. Okay. Depreciation and amortization expenses that can be overall be neglected because वो आप annually ले सकते हो, because interest and depreciation that can be taken annually. But they have done a mistake here. Salary and rent has to be multiplied by 12. So here this answer is not appropriate. I'm going with another question, and that will be the last question. Okay, if anyone has doubt. Now, here Rashi opened a small shop, and here they are given by spending 6 lakh. She invested 2 lakh of her own, so that will be equity. Loan will be 4 lakh. Again, loan amount is 8% interest rate. Her monthly sales revenue is and monthly cost of goods sold is 75,000. Maybe in the answer they have given the sales revenue. Here monthly sales revenue was 3 lakh. Kindly correct. Monthly sales revenue is 3 lakh. So here 3 lakh multiplied by 12. So again, I told you that should be annual. Now, so this was my COGS. So gross profit will be 27 lakh. After that, fixed expenses that we are given, that was 50,000. So it has been again multiplied by 12 because it should be on annual basis. So deducted, that is 6 lakh. Then loan amount, that was 4 lakh multiplied by the rate of interest, that is 8%. So loan interest has been deducted. Ultimately, it is net profit before tax. Tax rate is given 18%, 18% of 6 lakh 30,000, and ultimately net profit after tax, that was 5 lakh 18,240. And last answer would be 5 lakh 18,250 divided by 6 lakh multiplied by 100, you will get 86.37. See, if I am going with the ROI, I have to take total capital employed, that is debt plus equity. But if I am going with equity only, what I have to do is earning after tax and divided by equity multiplied by 100. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, beta. So time limit is going to end within 2 minutes. I request you to join with the same ID and password. Now in the next coming session, we will be discussing marketing mix. Okay, there are 2 participants who have raised hands. Just a second, and pausing the call.